So this is just a temporary fix for people who are looking to use the HDR Sun and Sky kit with render farms or with network rendering, or who are looking to share the scenes with other people who might not have the kit installed. And the problem is that if you try and consolidate scene, it's just going to save the placeholder image, which is a blank EXR. So in order to successfully export your scene with your environment image, there's a few steps you need to follow, which I'm going to demonstrate now. The first thing you should do is to open your image tab and to locate the image called holder. When you've located the image, do a right click and go to Save As. Now you do not want to save it in the kit folder. If you do that, you'll break the kit and you'll need to reinstall it. You should save it in your project folder. So I'm just going to save it in a temporary folder. Let me just locate it. I've got some tests here. So I'm going to save my file here. I'm going to call it Heavy Cloud 3 and overwrite the existing one. Now, once you've saved that image in your project folder, you need to go to the schematic view. Now, if you keep that image selected in your images tab, it should be easy to find in the schematic view because it will be highlighted. You can see it's this one highlighted here. So once you locate the holder image in the schematic view, disconnect it from the node that's connected to it on the left-hand side. And once you've disconnected it, it means that it will use the image that you've saved on disk, because prior to that, it's actually loading an image from the kit. And when you switch to the schematic, if the Sun and Sky workspace isn't already loaded, you can easily load it simply by going to this menu here at the top of the schematic where it says Workspace, Workspaces, and simply locate the Sun and Sky workspace if you have multiple workspaces in your scene, and select the Sun and Sky and use that. Now, once you've done that, you can also locate the holder template image in your images tab and just delete that. And that means that when you open your scene on another system that doesn't have the kit installed, you won't get a missing image dialog. Now, with those steps taken care of, I'm going to open a preview window again and just make sure the scene is still rendering correctly. Now, at this point, obviously, none of the controls are going to work apart from the rotation control. The rotation control is still responsive because it's rotating the image that exists, but none of the other controls are going to have any effect because we've essentially decoupled the image from the rig. So you should only really do this as a final step when you're happy with the final look of your scene, and ideally you should save a new version before you do this. But once you've followed those 3 steps, which is to save as the original holder image, and then disconnect it in the schematic, and then delete the holder template image, at this point you should be able to export your scene for use on render farms or for use in network rendering or for other users to be able to open them. Now, this solution is just a temporary fix. I am going to automate this process. There will be an option in the kit at some point in the future to do all of this automatically. But in the meantime, this manual method will do the trick. Thank you for your patience.